torture porn just for the sake of being shock value. I mean, not to give away too much of the story, but you play from one side and you go and kill this other person's friends, and then you play from their side and you go kill your friends, and then at the end you just kind of do nothing. Just about. And it's like, I don't feel any attachment to this new character because of what happened in the beginning, and I'm pissed off that all this happened with the original characters from the first game because I don't feel like this fits the narrative.
You know what might have been more interesting, just trying from what I'm gathering from what you described, is if they swapped the halves.
Or had them roll parallel with each other. You know, then maybe you had to kind of build up to this final confrontation instead of just cutting it.
They have not told the story of the villain without making it clear he's the villain, and then the person that you're hunting down as the villain is the main character of the other story. They never do that where they surprise you like it's like, oh, this guy's the asshole, he's trying to kill the guy I like.
But the problem with the game is that it paints both people as villains. It tries to show you that both people do bad things for their own motivations, and it's just not something that I want to see or be a part of.
Sometimes you try to make the hitter chase your pitch. That's exactly
it's just really disappointing, because like you can do stuff that they do in this, like the beginning thing that kind of sets off the whole event. You can do that, but you have to have some kind of weight to back it up with, and it feels like they just tried way too hard to justify it and failed, and they tried for like the entire rest of the game, and then the story just kind of ends, and it's like, okay, now what? The first game ended, you know, kind of not really on a cliffhanger, but it kind of ended with some optimism. This game just ended with me expecting the next scene to be somebody shooting themselves, and then we roll credits. It did. Like, you got no family, you got no friends, you got no house, everything's gone, and it's like just, now what? Yeah, there's just no, I don't know, like I said, the first game was about trying to find some kind of light in all the dark of this awful world, and the second game was just like, no, sorry, that doesn't exist.
Can I ask a question? Because I think I know what the spoiler is at the end of the first game, but the twist is that one of the groups wants to kill the girl, right? To save everybody?
First game, yeah.
Okay, I thought that's what the twist was, and I'm gonna be honest, to act like that's a really big twist, like, oh, nobody sees coming, is disingenuous, because that's literally been the twist of so many stories, it's not original anymore.
I don't think you could really call it a twist, though.
Some people I saw act like that was a big spoiler and a twist that you didn't see coming, that, you know, you knew that they wanted to help the world, but they didn't tell you that they had to kill the girl to do it.
I mean, I think if you really want to call part of the ending a twist, it's the part where you go through and kill everybody to save her.
Thereby dooming everybody else.
And setting off the reasons and motivations for what happens in the second game.
Tony, I need to stop you real quick. Aren't you 30-something and she's like 12?
Wait, the game?
Yeah. There's a huge age gap, yeah, so let's not use romantic, Tony.
I think you're like 50 and she's like 14.
So Tony didn't know there was an age gap between these two characters.
It's a whole father-daughter thing, because his daughter dies in the beginning. It's very sad. And this is kind of him saving her as if she was his daughter and stuff. No, I see. The first game is so good. First game is so good because it's such a unique story, because it's so dark and depressing and sad, but it ends and wraps up, and they're like, oh, this is really awful, but there's like actually some positives that came out of this. And I feel good about how we ended this, and we don't need a sequel. And then we go and do a sequel, and I'm like, okay, well, what is it that they could possibly do? They're going to continue the story, what happens? And then it's like, it's all about revenge, and I'm like, what? That's just so generic and bland. What are we going to do? Just go shoot a bunch of people because something bad happened? And that's exactly what we did.
He reaches with a single.
We shot ourselves.
I thought there was no way he'd get rid of that ball. He made a great effort and made the batter sweat a little bit.
The next batter is Alex
Tony,
Rodriguez.
that's been scientifically and statistically disproven to have any connection.
I mean, part 2 was pretty bad. I gotta say, I'm having some thoughts right now.
Okay,
That is pinpoint control right there. The catcher set a target on the corner, and the pitcher just hammered it.
No, I don't. I think
Tony, that is
what it-
A, not a large enough sample size for a scientific study, and B,
I mean, if it is,
that a
if
scientific
it
study
relates to
in the
just
first
me,
Lucky for him, his teammate picks him up and makes a play out of it.
Oh, Tony, are you gonna make me pull up the 8 million articles at this point you're trying to make?
I mean, if anything, it's just
There's more than just a few righty hitters who are superior against right-handed pitchers than this guy.
They've done more than enough studies.
That's strike one.
They'll be sending that runner home if the ball's hit the center
I mean,
field.
if anything, I think it's more or less just people
2 years
Four
ago.
roller pulled short.
not being.
That'll do it for the Yankees in the first inning.
Fuck off, Tony!
I pre-ordered this like a year ago.
Jeez, so confused. Drop the game down. What?
Now, to be fair, I also
Tony,
pre-ordered Red Dead 2 like a year in advance, and that game was fabulous.
Right-handed pitching.
What time's the extravaganza race for shitty track?
Fastball up
8.
high for a ball.
Sometimes you try to make the hitter chase your picks. That's
I like that
exactly
there
what
was
you
no
saw right
argument
there.
that it's a shitty track.
Misses for a ball with a 95-mile-an-hour heater.
Sometimes you try to make the hitter chase your picks. That's exactly
Yeah,
what
because you're on
saw right
arcade
there.
mode and rip the wall, and NASCAR, Talladega, NASCAR.
Sometimes you try to make the hitter chase your picks. That's exactly
Making
what
Indy
you saw
cars
right
look
there.
like a Bush car.
Walks always seem to come around to hurt you. Falls behind the batter.
Run
and just
over
back
again.
into the at-bat.
Man on first with no outs.
No, what's nice though is that I have $40 of Best Buy credit, so I would really appreciate them to put pre-orders of the PS5 up so I could utilize that.
This guy flies out of the batter's box.
So I can replay The Last of Us Part 2 in 8K or whatever the fuck it is we're going to be doing, with no load times and no save files.
So, something I will say that I was really happy about this morning, when I turned on the computer, power button, I barely had time to look up and I was on the sign-in screen.
You know, I bought a laptop last week, over the weekend, whatever, and it has an SSD in it, and I'm like, damn.
Yeah. I'm
like signed in at the desktop in like 20 seconds.
Series, when you swapped series in 2003, especially the first one you got the series, green delay.
Yeah.
Now there's a great
Yeah, not
example
on
of
this
the defense
computer,
picking you up. They turned a
Yeah, that's why I want to get an SSD the next time I put an upgrade into my computer. Be one of the big things I buy.
I was just testing out my settings for iRacing yesterday and loaded Night Gateway Road Course in the USF 2000 in less
Batting against right-handed pitching,
Mhm.
this left-handed hitter is
like,
fairly
oh, this is
steady.
good.
I couldn't even imagine trying to load the ring with my computer right now. It'd be like,
But one thing I will say,
bleh.
load times in Truck Sim are exactly the same, which tells me that it is not a bottleneck on the computer.
Oh,
That's a liner back through the middle.
did you see the big news? Speaking of sequels, we're getting a new Crash Bandicoot game. Supposed to be coming out in October.
So it's a brand new game.
It's a brand new game, but I think it's made in the same vein of the first three.
I honestly worry about that sort of thing. I'll tell you why I worry. Because everybody on the internet was like, oh, we want a new Banjo-Kazooie game. They're like, well, we can't get the license that, but we can make a game that plays just like it. There's more of that. And everybody's like, oh yeah, nobody bought it.
Eh,
How many people do you know that have played ukulele?
I've never played it, so I don't know.
I could be playing it right now and I still haven't. Game Pass.
Payoff pitch coming.
Supposedly they're officially revealing it tomorrow.
That'll do it for the Red Sox in the second.
No, not the
Heading into
ukulele,
the
the
bottom of
game
the second. The
ukulele.
score is 1-0. This guy can use some more time than any kid.
Oh, right.
Oh, Lord. Tony.
A strike call on the
They're
first.
revealing it tomorrow at 11 a.m. and then it's coming out in October. Oh, and then Cyberpunk 2077 got delayed again.
That's the
I saw that apparently I didn't realize it was coming out soon. The remaster, air quote, I still haven't seen any screenshots of the remaster version for Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. It comes out this week.
Yeah, I imagine it's probably not a big thing on most people's radars.
I'm waiting to see some actual gameplay footage. The action looks like they did the remaster when the game looks good. I'm gonna buy it because I love that game, but if it still looks like an N64 game, I'm not buying it.
Did you see the... I don't think we talked about this. Did you see the My Team reveal for F1, like the driver ratings and stuff?
I know there was a shitstorm because they rated both cars higher than the Vettel.
Whatever. But it seems like they have contracts and then like buyouts and stuff. So like you have to manage money and stuff like that. There's like a wind tunnel and simulators. And...
did they miss the part where wind tunnel testing's been banned?
Right.
Listen, man, it's a video game.
Or severely restricted or whatever it is. I don't fully understand what this really is. But
F1 2020 is a fantasy racing game because half the races didn't actually happen in 2020. Oh, sorry, Vietnam and everybody else.
Did they cancel Vietnam? I didn't think that actually.
Yeah.
A bit high,
I have something for us to have on the background. We have control discussions, by the way.
I do intend on buying F1 2020. I skipped 19 just because it... Oh, Lord. Alright. But yeah, I didn't buy 19 just because it didn't really appeal to me. There wasn't enough there.
I'm glad I caught that because the new computer YouTube had re-enabled autoplay. Alright. 3, 2, 1.
Puts it away for the out.
Yeah,
picture for the win.
This guy can flat out.
See, I told you this wasn't a thing I made up.
Singapore, Japan, Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan,
yeah, most of the street races have been canceled.
Monaco, Pakistan, Makistan.
There's still discussions about
Jurassic Park.
Races. There's still talk of adding races that weren't on the schedule, like Portugal.
Streets of Baltimore.
That was IndyCar.
So, same thing.
Miller delivers a ball, 1-0.
Oh!
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, he turned him!
Get the strike high in the strike zone.
I'm watching in the background while I'm looking at what F1 is doing.
Fastball caught the outside corner.
Yeah, it's going to be a busy couple weeks. Couple months.
Yeah, I'm looking forward. We're getting really close to the first day for fantasy where we have more than just NASCAR running. Because we're going to have, I think, everything but the trucks running here next week or the week after. Oh my god, we're dead. They knocked the axles clean out of that truck.
I feel like maybe they could have gotten off the road a little quicker.
I'm not sure it would have done much good. No, it's going to be great because we get we get everything but trucks. We get Cup, Xfinity, and Indy all at Indy, and then F1 from Red Bull.
And it's now 1-2.
I will say I'm really glad we elected not to play IMSA because fucking Christ, we would have had to pull this with all the teams quitting. Same with WEC. I've seen this clip. I forget what the story was. I think this was a crazy old bit in Florida that got her foot jammed on the gas brake pedal until she ended up parked on top of a car. Yep, there she goes. Yeah. This is an exhibit in my argument for why automatic transmission should be banned. You can't do that in an automatic. I mean in a manual. You can't do it in an automatic. You can't do it in a manual.
Nobody out.
One thing that's nice that it did announce, though, is that people who own 2077 on PS4 will get a free upgrade to PS5.
That's a new announcement.
They announced it for Xbox a couple months ago, but never said anything about PlayStation.
I think Microsoft announced that as a thing across any video comes out. It's on both. I think they said there is a window, though, where at a certain point you can't just buy the previous gen version and get the next gen version. Or at a certain point, I'm going to go, okay, and we're done.
Strolls to the
It should be games that release first on the old consoles.
I'll tell you what pisses me off. We're gonna optimize GTA 5 to play on the next gen. It's like you never optimized the current gen.
Oh.
Hit towards second base.
I know he got the end.
Hey, Tony just gave up a home run.
So I watched the 30.
Yes, 3 is his speed, not the base he's running to, Tony.
Now I think about it, I watched 2 30 that were baseball related. One was about the 1998 home run race, and the other one was about Michael Jordan's time in the minors.
Yes, coached by Terry Francona.
I did not realize that until I was looking. I'm like, oh.
He's on with a single.
And if only you had a guy on second.
Spot on this team, or any other team for that matter. He's such a good executor. I mean, he makes things happen.
David Ortiz can only make it home with the balls out of the park.
He would have had a better chance making it home than he did going to third.
Watch this left fielder. He's got one heck of an arm.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You send him home and it's David Ortiz. He'll just make Jorge Posada mashed potatoes.
They did make that illegal, didn't they? You're not allowed to railroad your catcher. You're supposed to get the fuck out of your way.
But the catcher's not allowed to, like, block the plate or something like that either.
Yeah, like he has to leave you a
lane.
direct line to the plate or something.
Yeah,
Which is some bullshit.
Right with the 1-2 pitch. Nixon
because when
to third.
The shortstop throws a bad throw and you just try to catch the ball, your options now are to get called for interference there, or let it be a wild throw and let everybody go home. It's like there's no good option now. In Soviet Russia,
Only you had a guy on third. Yikes.
Oh, things that happen every day in Russia, I'm sure.
He swiped 5 bases.
You saw that they
a little bit short. And the run comes home.
That's probably true. Oh my god, that's probably very true, actually.
Single.
Did you guys see that they pushed back the release of the reveal of the new Bronco? So it's not on OJ's birthday anymore?
Mike Lowe.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what the motivation behind that was.
The fact that they pushed it back, it's not recording, it tells me they did not realize it. And as soon as they realized it,
What?
oh, I don't think we want to do that.
FIFA 21 on PC will be released alongside PS4 and Xbox One, meaning that the PS5 and Series X versions are going to be more better, I guess, than the PC release.
That's assuming the PC release is the same game and not just a game that has the ability to run at a higher spec, like what you'll see on the next gen. Well, that's a sure fraud.
Great wheels.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
Madden.
to assume EA's not going to be evil, but then I remember that I started that sentence EA, so.
I mean, Madden really hasn't shown us much, and by much I mean anything that makes 21 look appealing. But they put out some screenshots. Well, they put out some screenshots of supposedly what it looks like on the new gen consoles. And on one hand, I'm like, oh my god, that's amazing. But on the other hand, I'm like, there's probably so much Photoshop going on, it's not even a football anymore.
Yeah, that's the one thing you almost have to see, like, video to have any idea what you're seeing. So somebody's about the Aloha snack bar here,
Well,
right?
the whole Madden 06 debacle still doesn't sit well. Well, you know Madden 06. Yeah, but that was the first one that was coming out on the Xbox 360. There's a whole long article, but just to kind of summarize, they tried to do way back way too much with it, and it essentially blew up in their faces, and it ended up being one of the worst Maddens ever because it was so basic. I'm not kidding, you could not edit a player's number on your roster.
It's hit out to center. That'll do it.
Maybe crazy.
Side retired. After 4 innings, the score is
But that's
2-0.
Like,
you run into an issue where fundamental features of games that came out on the N64 are missing. You know you fucked up. For a second I was about to ask, why are we driving the grass through our train?
I think it's a, is it a...
Uh-oh! That's
Ooh.
a new one.
That's a train.
To the first base ump.
That is the first train-on-train dash cam video I've ever seen.
That will
Why do I have a feeling this truck's about to be on its side?
He's on with a leadoff single.
Got that ball he could handle. He got on base.
Next at the plate,
So,
Johnny Damon.
there's a 1.38 beta out for American Truck Simulator, and some people digging through files found a new dealership prefab built into that one for Western Star.
Hit to center field.
And something Idaho remaking Las Vegas something Idaho. Hey, I called it. That is the bottom side.
Yeah, it was actually a, believe it or not, an article on Rolling Stone that talked about Madden 06.
Madden fucked up.
They fucked up. I'm trying to find it, but apparently
Okay,
it links to it to go to Variety.com now instead of the actual article.
Every time he digs into that batter's box, you've got to be careful with him.
There it is. We're totally fucked inside the making of Madden 06.
So, if I understand your description, they tried to put all the stuff in the game, completely broke it, and had a deadline and just had to ship something?
Pretty much, yeah. There's the article. It's kind of a long read, I think, from what I remember, but it's worth your time, I think. Just kind of skimming through it here.
Ooh!
Pitch misses for a ball.
I'll tell you what, that guy at first
Did not
base
see that
flat out slow. They got to be thinking about starting him out just to stay out of double play.
Looking up shoulders, adding beefy musculature, and persistent droplets of sweat gave Madden 06 the quality of NFL films, adding drama over TV broadcast realism. Still, without final hardware specs, Tiburon began creating high-resolution assets based on thousands of reference photos a small Tiburon crew took across the league stadiums. You were designing crazy shit.
So they basically built it to run on
Fire extinguishers in the upper deck were being rendered in full 3D. Doorways used 3D doorknobs. In the Eagle Stadium, a team member rendered a power relay box with the door open, all the internal switches also utilizing polygons.
Can I ask you, no matter what spec you get on the system, oh my god, he went right through that. You're never during gameplay gonna see any of that.
That's why you turn crowds on low detail in iRacing. The game used 9 megabytes of memory on just the texture of the football. For comparison, an entire stadium in Madden 06 took up 100 megabytes. PS2 version.
I'm gonna say, I think I have iRacing speed flats that aren't that big.
We had 3D grass, all these fans, all the volumetric lighting, all these great rendering effects, all this stuff. It's like, oh, now we need to get some players running on it. Once that starts rolling in, it's like, oh, we're screwed. We're way over. The Xbox 360 didn't offer dedicated video RAM, rather sharing 512 megabytes of RAM with the CPU. Soon, those 9 megabyte footballs needed to go if Madden 06 would actually simulate humans playing football in these over-designed stadiums. I kind of wish this version of Madden came out and like, I mean, on modern hardware again.
Like I'm saying, the issue they have there is they've done stuff that even on a 4K TV on modern hardware, half the stuff they're talking about in the upper decks that they rendered at extreme detail, you don't have enough pixels on a high-res screen to even see that. There's no reason for that. It's just pointless. It'd be like modeling every individual hair on the moose 3 miles away.
Tiburon's concept was for each team to have their own hometown radio announcer, but this was not practical within the time frame.
That's actually a feature.
Instead, they went with one generic guy.
They could have implemented that within the spec. Hell, they could have, they could have tried to get actual radio people to reach down, or they could have just, baked it and had a voice actor that could do, 5 voices and have a few guys like that each do a slightly different voice. You have Steven Spears do his Larry Mack for whatever the fuck Charlotte's team is. I just forgot what they are. Why did I just forget what team that is?
Down he goes.
Madden 06, Xbox 360.
Football.
Made its debut to the public at E3 of 2005.
That's the Panthers, right?
Carolina.
They're in Charlotte.
Yeah, but they're called Carolina. Helmet reflections, facial animation, and other special effects added glitz. Fans questioned the authenticity of the trailer and whether Madden on Xbox 360 would look as presented. In reality, that trailer wasn't meant for the public.
Sure, it wasn't just like the Watch Dogs trailer. It's totally representative gameplay. These kids are about to try to get run over, huh?
This was a... Oh,
Ew!
Not the dog!
I'm going to point out, the dog was the only one that realized that there was anything happening and tried to pull away, and they yanked the dog into the road.
Another base hit.
Hit that ball on the ground hard enough to get past the infield for a base hit. That ball.
Apparently they had a demo up and running and they couldn't get it working.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I bet you that demo would not run on actual.
Reading pitches and their deliveries.
E3 was the first, oh my god, we're totally fucked moment.
Can I ask a very serious question? What hardware spec were they building for?
They didn't know. They didn't know what the Xbox 360 was going to do. This is before the console came out. This was a launch title for it.
Like, no, then they were just assuming a spec through the roof instead of going, let's pick something. What is this guy doing?
I mean, this was like Watch Dogs, but times 10,000.
Well, Watch Dogs was mid-console gen, so yeah, it sounds
No, it
like
wasn't. It was supposed to be a launch title for the Xbox One and PS4, but it got delayed to like May the following year.
I thought it was unveiled as in the middle of the 360 PS3 gen. It was supposed to be on that.
The Yankees
No.
have some activity down in their pen.
I swear when they released it, they implied it was coming out on those consoles. Maybe I just don't remember it very accurately.
And he pushes that bunt down.
Because frankly, it sounds like what Tiburon did is they built, assuming
Jesus.
you had plenty of time to see the cyclist making what may have been an illegal turn. But it almost sounds like they just assumed that they were going to have a spec that we're never going to get out of the home console in 2006. Especially if they're building 9 meg textures for a football.
Taken for a ball.
Like, I've seen this couple times. I'm still there's like a chord or something we can't see in that flip, right?
Ground ball pulled down to the left side.
Not sure exactly.
2 down.
Low made him look easy on that out first guy.
Whoa!
This guy can flat out run. Really puts the pressure on the defense when he's flying around the base.
But that's what it sounds like to me. Is that they did build for a spec that they were never gonna. Oh god! That they were never gonna get, and then were shocked when they didn't get a system to run that. Now, maybe they planned to, like, they built everything super high and we're gonna downsample it. The little fuck moments when they Resident Evil.
Oh, Trot Nixon.
So they couldn't even downsample enough.
No.
I don't know.
With 3 innings remaining,
overran
the
the
Red
base.
Sox lead
I'm
2
gonna point out,
runs to
Trot Nixon would be a
nothing.
good name for a horse. Okay, well, great minds occasionally think alike.
Top clock is right twice a day.
Chiefs watches ball 1.
That depends on if we're doing 12-hour or 24-hour time.
Pitch
You must be
taken.
a hit at parties.
I will also point out, I had a clock that once broke displaying an impossible time.
A ball.
It broke with the hour hand. It broke with the hour hand directly on an hour and the minute hand at 30, which is not a possible time to actually see it like that. That's just not how the clock works.
Yeah, so basically just to wrap up the Madden 06 saga, they were like,
Stupid
2 weeks.
optimistic.
Yeah, and then they were like super screwed. They were like 2 weeks away from dip time or whatever and had nothing.
Next up,
And so basically they just took 05
Part of this would be a
and made
great
it
time
work.
to lay one down and
They
run it over.
stripped down what they had, take every feature out,
in the
and
pinch
get it
run,
just so
Jason Varitek.
They like super dumbed it down.
Yeah.
Because like I said, but there was no player edit screen. Like you couldn't. Like I signed Vinny Testaverde as my quarterback, and the game gave him number 14, and I'm like, Browns have the number 14 retired. I want to change that, and it's like I can't even do that, much less edit the face mask.
2-1.
What the hell was that? Now, that is one of those things on a smaller level, though, and they do a sequel to a game, and, like, customization features come out. That's what was really
He hits one
disappointing.
out of line the other way. The Yankees have 2 right-handers up in the bullpen. Stepping in, Manny Ramirez. Pitch misses.
Like there was like the Madden games used to have create a team. I was really disappointed when that feature just disappeared.
This could be the biggest
like on the N64, you
runners
create
on and a
teams.
dangerous hitter coming to the plate.
Hit sharply in the left field for a base hit. That's a single.
The key to that play was the runner moving into scoring position.
Stepping in with a double already, David Ortiz. There aren't
Like
too many left-handed hitters who enjoyed the type of success this guy has
Do
against
you remember
right-handed pitching.
the Madden cards?
Yes.
Out of the zone.
Those were
that's a
awesome.
ball.
I just used them to collect them. I'm like, oh, this is cool. I got this player. That was back when it was cool though, because you could get it and you'd like unlock a stadium or like
Well, here's the
really
thing.
tall players.
Hitters count,
You got
3 and 1.
playing the game, unlike what Ultimate Team is now, where you pay EA to get them.
Ball 4.
Oh, partner, that's a terrible time to be walking hitters.
I mean, I get your argument that they took something, but I'm saying they took something that was fun and encouraged you to play more of the game as it was designed, and they corrupted it to something terrible. I'm not
Deep fly
disagreeing
ball
with
here,
that.
shoot, score a run, but they have to keep in mind the left field
ruined it,
has a
and it'd be nice if
cannon.
they went back to when it was good.
It's a ground ball the other way. A run scores. That's an RBI single.
Like, I understand your frustration. I'm just saying, instead of scratching the whole system, just go give us the Madden cards back. What I loved was the cheat cards. My brother and I were playing a game once, and we're down like no time left. He's down by like 1 or 2. And he says he's going to play 2 cards to get mile-wide field goal posts and like infinite kick out. My dad had walked into the room at this point, saw him activating these cards, and went,
Kuiper, all this gotta
so you can only beat your brother if you cheat, huh?
Pick up that runner from third.
I was like, hey, I earned these cards. Besides, I could probably make this kick anyway. He then proceeds to miss the kick with mile-wide field goal
And that
post.
one's foul.
At which point my dad goes,
Fouling him
see,
off, looking
cheating
for his
doesn't work.
pitch.
Just out of the fielder's reach.
I mean, he cheated.
A run
He cheated
crosses
and
the
lost.
plate. That's an RBI single.
I also remember
Next at the plate.
when he got
Nixon.
I also remember when he got Madden 08 for the Wii and he was playing it nonstop and kept begging me to play
That was a
against him.
close
I really
pitch,
don't
called
want
the
to play.
ball.
Finally, after like
Anytime the fly
a few
ball
weeks,
to the
I
outfield
finally
should
play.
score a run unless it's
It
hit
was
to
the
left
one
field.
and only time I played that game, and I beat him, and he was just so upset. Like, this is why I didn't want to play. I was either going to lose or you were going to be
And a
pissy
run
when you
scores.
lost. There was no
That's an
option for me to have fun
single.
here.
How many times you see a guy, the pitcher gives up a walk, and the guy comes around to score?
The Yankees have some pitchers up in the bullpen.
No, it kind of ruins the
The
whole thing when he
Yankees
starts
go to
throwing
the
things and
bullpen.
breaking things.
They're going to the righty, Felix Rodriguez.
I miss Alan Bestwick. Yeah, I was gonna say, the 2003 EA Sports 500 doesn't
The
count.
delivery.
Under that argument, isn't Benny Parsons doing fine?
Yes. It's
Was
like,
this when they had him reporting from the side of the track?
no, it's when they were Fox finished their round of races and they were moving to NBC, and so they had Benny Parsons in the Hollywood Hotel, and we're like, ooh,
Medium deep outfield.
whoa! After seeing like this insane 3-way battle for the win, and then Tony Stewart won, then we see Benny Parsons, and we're like, this is awesome! This is the best part of the whole broadcast. In the Hollywood Hotel. Not even just like interviewed on Fox, in Fox's sanctuary.
The next batter is
Like putting Darryl Waltrip on the Peacock pit box. Or some dumb shit or whatever NBC has going for him. I'm just thinking of some kind of analogy.
And that evens the count.
miss Bob Jenkins.
That'll do it for the Red Sox.
I
In the
love
seventh.
Knobs.
Like,
He was around.
like all the modern commentators
All right,
really
everybody,
like
up on their feet.
they
Time for
they
the
suck.
seventh inning stretch.
I can't really think of a modern like somebody calling a NASCAR race on either side right now that makes me go yeah, except for like Mike Joy and Dale Jr.
Mike Joy played the way he.
Up next, Alex Rodriguez.
Well, and then I was listening to MRN the other night because my power was out, and it was the Martinsville race last week, and I was listening to it, and I'm like, oh, it's Rusty Wallace, and then it's like Jimmy Johnson, I guess, checked up coming off pit road to get better track position or something, and Rusty Wallace was like, wow, that was heads up by Jimmy Johnson. I think he thought he was speeding there, so he slowed down, and somebody else called and was like, no, he's just trying to get a better lineup on the restart. Then Rusty's like, wow, that's really heads up awareness right there by Jimmy Johnson. I'm like,
Hit towards second base.
Ad?
like he wasn't bad once they moved him, once ESPN moved him to the not Hollywood hotel.
I'm just gonna point it out. Rusty Wallace started every third sentence right now. He did it the same thing.
Okay, Rusty Wallace
And his
wasn't so bad when we
explanation-
didn't have to listen to him every race.
His explanation for any time somebody got loose is it had to be arrow loose, even if there was not a car near him. Also, when Stephen Walsh drives into 5 stopped cars under yellow because he didn't have enough time to slow down.
That's not his fault.
What a tremendous
Not
diving
Rusty's fault
play.
that Steven's a
This
dumbass.
guy's got great
It is his fault that he was trying to defend it.
Oh, yeah.
After 7 innings, the score is 6-0. This game is brought to you by EA Sports. EA Sports.
Oh,
gets in the
God.
game. This hitter hasn't figured
That was the
out
worst
how to
wreck of all
pitch.
time.
I'll have to pull that up.
I mean, it was stupid. He just overdrove the corner and, like, I don't care who wrecked who there. That was just a dumb wreck. He, like, drives into the grass and, like, Aloha snack bars. Although, that's not quite as dumb as the shoe.
Hit it just hard enough to get it past the infielders for a knock.
I'm just gonna put this out there because they looked at the car after the race. The shoe didn't break anything that wasn't already broken.
Okay, well, we're gonna blame the shoe, Tim. Probably made some Japanese sweatshop. Stupid Chinese.
Foul territory.
Same thing.
Has room for a play.
Oh, a shame.
Grabs it in foul territory. Stepping in 1 for 4, Manny Ramirez. Runner on first with 1 out.
I will say, though, I think Dale Jarrett's pretty underrated.
The first base umpire. No swing. He checked in time.
Well, everybody, like, bagged on ESPN, but the last couple of years, mostly because of Alan Bestwick, they really weren't all that bad. They're certainly better than whatever abomination we have at Fox right now.
I'll put it this way. The only way I got through ESPN races was by having a piece of paper in front of me and playing the drinking game of how many times are they going to say right now or some other buzzword. Like how many times are they going to say right now or Danica will say okay that kept me from falling asleep.
I forget, there was something that Fox did in the broadcast yesterday that I was like,
They kept mentioning where the start-finish line was.
it's Talladega, they have to do that.
Even since Bob Jenkins.
I'm trying to find it.
My favorite is when they start saying that by the time they're done with the sentence, the race is now over.
Lowe made an outstanding throw. That was running him down the field.
Next up, Rich.
Oh, there was a spin at the end of the race that they totally ignored.
Yeah, they did not see the car that shot across the
I just saw
track.
somebody like flying around in the background. I'm like, what the hell was that?
I think it was the 51 from what I understand. I guess he didn't hit anything. Otherwise, there would have been a yellow for a car stopped there.
There's a new first
Or
baseman
debris there,
coming
so
in.
I assume he didn't hit anything. You know, did you watch the ARCA race yesterday?
He reaches
I actually did not watch a single lap. All I saw was the leaderboard with 7 cars on the lead lap, and then Michael Self saving it because Talladega has too much grip.
Yeah, well, that and the huge
Grabbed
flaps
by
on
the
the car
first
make it
baseman.
pretty easy to
Yeah.
I don't know how that wasn't a caution car fucking backwards.
Nice play.
Yeah, the last 2 laps are an example of everything you're not supposed to do. 1, you don't try to clear yourself down the track. And 2, when the leader gets to be 10 car lengths out ahead, you catch him in the back straightaway. You know what you don't do? You don't lift and pull behind him. You fucking pass him.
He brings a runner home.
Watch obvious.
I'm going to throw this out here. It's you and one guy with you and that leader ahead of you. If you get it wrong, the worst you finish is 3rd. You get it right, you win. You do what he did, and you make a mockery of yourself. No. The only way he was going to crash is the other guy crashed him, which could have happened either way. Lifting up and dumping in behind him is a great way to get run over from behind, which I'm surprised didn't happen. Frankly, the 3rd guy in line should have just jumped out at that point and cleared a boat. But, you know, I will give them a little bit of credit because they never got any chance to race with each other until those last 2 laps, so I don't think any of them really knew how big the run was. But a run is better than no run.
3-2.
Great pitch in the black. Would have been a called strike even if the batter didn't swing through it.
I'm watching this last lap now.
He delivers. Takes the walk.
Nothing positive comes out of this guy Nibbler. He's falling behind. He's falling behind.
Why are you going to the outside when you're not even close to him? Stay behind him and draft.
Pitcher's got to be careful.
Yeah, none of them
He's
seem
got
to know
great wheels and can turn a single into a double with ease.
Is that Matt Crafton commentating?
Yes.
What the hell is this? Kind of Mickey Mouse clubhouse?
I don't know who the other guy was, but apparently he's racing for it.
Great pitch. Would have been a called strike if the batter didn't swing through it.
What kind of place is this?
Number 3, and the inning is over. The Red Sox lead
What?
by 5. But
What
there's
is
still
it?
one
What?
inning remaining.
What?
Stepping
What are
in,
you doing?
David Ortiz.
How the hell did the 20 not just blow the doors off the 15?
That's exactly what I'm saying. He lifted and didn't go for it.
Well, then he was like pulling out of the draft, coming off the corner, still 2 seconds behind him.
Yeah. I don't know what they thought they were doing. I just... It boggles the mind. Like, I'm watching that, like, I get that they haven't raced these cars, but have they never raced anything, anywhere that ever did any drafting? Did they never played 2003? I mean, Jesus Christ.
The next hitter.
Have they ever driven down the highway?
5 seconds in the sim, you have a better idea of what the track is for.
Pitch misses for a ball.
Ortiz.
And the count is 2-0.
I guess now's a good time to learn. I don't know, it's ARCA. Talladega. Daytona was just as bad too, so...
Do you know how many cars started that race?
Yeah, 21.
Yeah, alright, the ARCA.
I mean, you might as well just merge the East and West and ARCA all together now.
Dirksen takes
I
high.
frankly thought that was going to be their plan, and then they just didn't do it.
Well, I think the delay in between races didn't help. Because they did have 24 for Phoenix, and then they had 33 at Daytona. How many ran that race last year? 26? Yeah. The fewest they had was 18 at several races last year. I got confused for a second. I thought it said 10, but it said 20. I was about to be like, what?
Sometimes you gotta make the hitter chase your picks. That's exactly what you saw right there.
That's Cannon West. That is only like 2003 league numbers these days.
After 8.5, the
Yes,
They
I
are.
have to say, the both of you had very disappointing outings in the Xfinity race.
Yeah, I felt a little better when I saw Gregson wrecked, and then he didn't wreck, and then I was like, damn.
Yeah, well, Tony had Brandon Jones.
Yeah, last year at... Good lord, last year in the Cannon West at Kern County, you want to guess how many cars they had out there starting the race?
6.
13.
Used to be like... They used to turn people away.
That's normal for them. 16, 18, 19, 16, 20, 15. They had 32. That's only because it was Sonoma. Is that the fewest they've ever had? Oh, they had 13 at Douglas County, wherever the hell that is.
I feel like I saw a race that had less than 10, but I might be forgetting any lights.
I'm mad that NBC has it all behind a paywall now, because last year I think I watched almost every K&N West race, and I was like, oh, it's kind of neat. It's cool. I was staying up till like 3 a.m. to watch the race, because it's on the West Coast. Oh, it's evergreen. Cool. 39 at Iowa? That was a combination race.
A ball.
Oh yeah, if you're not top 3, you don't count. Even then, if you're not Cup, you don't count. F1. That Montoya guy did pretty good. IndyCar.
Double play situation. Pitcher's got to try and keep the ball down here.
Yeah, Richmond just likes to screw people over. Late race cautions.
Just like Indianapolis.
Tony Stewart 2012 had like a 75 lap lead on Kyle Busch, and they threw a caution, got his laps back, and won the race.
He's heading back to the dugout.
Frustrating. Why, you ask? Because of debris.
He was really backed up against the wall, and then he digs deep, makes great pitches, and gets the strikeout.
Verba steps into the box.
Did he wear the number 4? Oh.
Have you seen the discussion by modern medicine that Lou Gehrig may not have had ALS?
Wait, what happened?
The disease that he died of, they named after him. He may not have had that disease. It may have been something else.
Was it the coronavirus?
Yes, he died of the coronavirus in 1912.
Hey, listen. Maybe he was patient 0.
Swing and a miss.
That's pretty embarrassing, though, to name a disease after somebody, and it's not even...
I'm sorry, he died in 1940.
The count is 2-2. Hit towards third base. And the ball game is over.
It's fine.
Yes,
Double play. To third. To first. To second.
There is some thought in the medical
Red
field that
Sox
he may not have had. He may not have had
2005.
ALS,
The Boston Red Sox
but that he
win it
might have died of
5-5.
some form of CTE.
How about all that?
Well, keep in mind, you got hit in the head and they didn't wear helmets back then. It's just like the Kennedys.
On July 13th, 1934, Gehrig suffered a lumbago attack. Oh, God.
Oh my
Uncle.
God!
My lumbago.
I was gonna say, where have I heard about the lumbago?
You know, that's a good sequel. Red Dead 2. Everything about that game is perfect.
Yeah, the ending was really depressing.
Which ending?
Both.
Yeah, like, Arthur dies, that's sad, but it completes the character arc. And then you're like, we go kill Micah, and John retires to his farm, and it's like, oh, no, wait, these two assholes from the FBI show up and kill him.
Yeah, he's only got like 4 years left.
Yeah.
That's how King of Queens should have ended. That's how King of Queens should have ended. In a hail of gunfire.
Doug opens the front door and gets
Blasted 29 times.
lit up by the FBI.
So, I'll be
And
honest.
then Arthur walks in and he's like, this is what happens when you order from Sal's.
I'll be honest, Zach. The end of Arthur's story had me like in tears before I even got half. Like I hadn't even started that last mission. I was already there.
I mean, I knew where we were going once they said he was sick, so it didn't really hit me like a ton of bricks. But that's one of those moments where it's like you can kill Arthur, but you make it worthwhile because you have the weight to back it up with. I'm like, yes, it's sad, but this is still entertaining.
You get that whole sequence with where it goes all sepia and the music kicks in, and that really hit me. And then when the bastards killed
That's the way
horse.
it is.
So, 1996, the Busch North Series had 46 cars at New Hampshire.
Holy shit.
they had 2 that didn't race. One was withdrawn, and one was a driver change. So they could have had 47 cars. See, do we recognize any names? Well, we probably recognize the name of the winner. You'll recognize the name of the winner. Steve Park.
What's really frustrating is that Red Dead 2 shows that Rockstar is still capable of making excellent gaming experiences and refuses to do so.
Well, yeah.
Gotta get some apple juice.
Let's see. Rick Fuller was in that race.
Jeff Fuller was probably in it.
Mike Stefanik
was probably in it.
Was Red Dead 2 like the last big game that you played, like big story game?
Probably, unless I've been playing through a new playthrough of No Man's Sky, and there's some interesting story going on there. What else have I played? I played the Telltale Batman game. First one, I haven't played the second one yet. Oh,
did you see that we're getting a new skate game?
I don't care. Skate never grabbed me the way the Tony Hawk games. The controls were just too difficult.
I never played it. I just see that everybody wants it.
The fun of the Tony Hawk games was being able to just hit a button and do an insane trick you can't do. In Skate, you had to be able to have 6 thumbs on your right hand to be able to do half the tricks.
Dirt 5 releasing on October 9th for current gen. I'll wait for next gen. Last of Us Part 2, new official merchandise. I can buy a $1,000 replica of the guitar in the game. You can't play by the end because your fingers get bitten off.
Oh.
Sorry, spoiler alert.
Well, that's okay. You didn't tell me what bit him off. I'm just going to assume it was a beaver.
It was what?
A beaver.
What do you mean?
They got big old teeth. They like to bite things. I'm not sure what's so goddamn complicated. Got your fingers bit off by a goddamn beaver.
Oh wow, I can buy a mug. Oh great.
I mean, there are certain video game items that be like, oh, I'd like to have a replica of that, but those aren't things that are on the list. A Master Sword would be cool, or an Energy Sword from Halo, or something like that would be kind of cool to just hang up on your wall. God damn, Tony's getting a hell of a drink.
Going for the whole picture.
What? You finished with those errands, Tony? Oh, I heard a thud. Oh my god, he's dead!
Speaking of finished with those errands, SpongeBob is gonna be here a day early. It's supposed to come tomorrow instead of Tuesday. I'm gonna get it ahead of the release date. Heck yeah, street date.
I absolutely, my brain was like, what? Oh, the game.
Well, I'd say the full title, but it's just such a mouthful. I'm getting SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom rehydrated for the PlayStation 4 tomorrow. There, is that better? Does this look dangerous?
The Red Sox are
part 2, part 2, part 2, part 2, part 2. No, part 2, part 2 bad. Stick with part 1. There are no parts, just one.
I am Kuiper. I don't think you could find better conditions for a baseball game. I am psyched about this.
Today's American League game is between the Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees. Here's the game's first batter, Johnny Damon.
Oh.
Here's a guy who does his homework against right-handed pitching. And the game's underway.
I've done that before.
Pitch. The groundskeepers have arranged a parallel mow pattern today.
What?
High for a ball.
read Tony's driver names when I saw that sponsor.
How do I get to the freaking... There we go. Baseball references. Sometimes hard to navigate.
So let's see, Tony, other names. Other names you might recognize.
That is pinpoint control right
for
there.
Mike Stefanic, Eric Bodine, Martin Truex. Yes.
Curves foul.
I don't see him in this race.
Terrific at bat.
I found
right
it.
here.
Yeah.
Oh, Joe
They
Bessie.
asked the third base umpire if he swung.
Yeah, I found it. Brooklyn Dodgers had 3 runs on 1 hit, 3 errors.
Jeez.
Yeah.
The previous year they ran 3 races in New Hampshire. 46,
Oh,
46 cars.
It's Snuffy Sternweiss.
One out.
Ooh, is that an extravaganza, crew chief?
No balls in 1 strike.
Oh my!
Right, are the organs in?
Tony,
Lashed. He dives and makes a fantastic.
Yeah.
April 17th, 1994, the Tri-State Megabucks Twin 125s race 1 at New Hampshire. They had 50 cars.
Bill Bevins, 8 2/3 innings pitched, gave up 1 hit, 3 runs, 3 earned, 10 walks, 5 strikeouts. They scored. The Brooklyn Dodgers walked off with 2 runs in the bottom of the 9th to win 3-2. Where's the game log? I need to figure out. Yeah, what they do to win. So the 9th inning was a fly ball out, then he walked, and then a foul pop fly out, and then somebody stole second, and then an intentional walk, and then a 2-run double ended the game.
The delivery.
Wow.
They asked the third base umpire if he swung. Here's the lineup the manager will send out.
Trying to read this.
Today's
Bill Reiser?
team,
Oh, Pete Reiser, sorry. Pete Reiser. And they pinch ran a couple guys, and Cookie Lavagetto hit a double to right field and scored 2.
Jeter will
What did you call?
So with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th.
strike call.
Is there a way to see what the count was? Oh, they don't have that for 1947. That's awful. They might have that stat.
He's in score position now. They got to take advantage of that guy.
Go to Mr. Bevins. Oh, that was wow.
Here's a guy who's been known to struggle at times.
He came in and pitched 2 1/3 in Game 7, and that was the last appearance he ever had in the majors. That
It's fair.
failed no-hitter, perfect game, whatever you want to call it, was his last start in the majors.
Now, that was back at the time where guys usually did pitch all night.
But it's not enough.
What happened to this guy? Or if he enlisted?
Known to go on streaks versus right-handed pitching.
What year did you say this was?
47?
What would he have been enlisting for in 1947?
I don't know.
Korea hadn't started yet.
He's going back.
I don't think it had any art.
Over the wall for a home run.
That was a tough pitch to hit. Look at the pitcher. He looks stunned.
He eventually landed another major league job with the Reds in 1952, but was sold to the AAA Pacific Coast League San Francisco Seals before he could see any action for the Reds. Bevins died of lymphoma on October 26, 1991, 5 days after his 75th birthday.
And for the record, they were in pretty good start to
Salem, Oregon. God, could you imagine that being Bill Bevins and that's your last appearance?
Terrific pitch there, partner. He put the fastball right where he wanted it for a call.
Like that was the last game you ever started, and that's how you ended it.
He's registered 6 wins and 7 losses on the season.
Did they go on to win that World Series?
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Oh my God!
Just 3 strike,
Yeah, they did.
easier net, partner.
In 7. Yankees took the first two, Dodgers took the next two, and then it was Yankees, Dodgers, Yankees, and they won in 7.
These were with Dodgers at that time, right?
Correct.
I think Brooklyn won in 16.
Fastball for a strike. He delivers. He delivers a called strike.
Sweet pitch right there, partner.
Also, touching on Red Dead again, can we just say that one of the best moments in gaming is building that house?
Out of the strike zone, they're hoping the batter would bite.
I thought that sequence was a little longer than it needed to be, but it was kind of a funny sequence.
2 balls.
I remember some of the other cool stuff that happened in that game.
The batter would go fishing and pitch out of the zone.
The robot?
Oh, yeah, I never actually found it.
Second baseman.
Like,
I haven't found it. I did all the stuff where it escapes now, and I haven't actually found it out before yet.
it's like way up in the mountains somewhere. I looked it up and kind of didn't really feel like doing all that.
I reached a point where I hit a completion level thing, and it's like, I think I've done most of what I want to do, and I just...
Score 3, that
GTA Online is also such a bad taste in my mouth for Rockstar Online that I just
Jackson
want to bother
steps
with all
into
the
the batter's
server
box.
issues.
This righty is no slouch in the batter's
Oh, I did go and catch all the fish. Except for the last one, because it doesn't exist.
Oh, but yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Hernandez
You gotta enter the
delivers
cheat
a
code.
ball, 1-0.
No.
He averages about 6
There was
strikeouts
some
per
video,
9 innings, a respectable
really
number.
early YouTube video,
95 mile an hour fastball misses.
God mode and hit the
Sometimes you try
multiplayer.
to
It
make
started
a
off
little
pretending like it was a real
change.
cheat code,
Exactly
trying to
what
punch
you saw
in these
right
things and do this very specific thing. And
Fastball
then
for
it
a
just
strike.
went off
He
the
hit
rails, like
95 on
spin the
radar
controller
gun.
around your head 15 times, counterclockwise, clockwise doesn't work. Sacrifice the blood of the unfortunate.
He's got
Way off
1
the
win and
rails.
12 losses so far this year.
Cubed. Slice is fine.
The count is
That's
full.
not a circle, that's an oval.
Chase your picks.
Have
That's
you
exactly
seen
what you saw right
the
there.
meme of the Peppa Pig jigsaw puzzle?
Ball full.
No.
It's
Oh,
a bag
too
of
bad he
cute
walks this time.
ham.
He just lets him get away.
Fastball inside.
I will say though, one of the disappointing things about Red Dead 2 is that they just don't utilize the original map at all. It's just kind of there.
1 ball
It's just tacked on and only there for like one mission as John, and then for the online.
There's like a couple side quests you can do there, but it's really nothing more than just like some bounty hunting. Still cool to see, but
I think I found the video I was talking about.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Well, you talking about making a good pitch right there. He
No,
was
that's a
really
different video, but
backed
that's a
up against
similar
the
video.
wall, and then he digs
Oh,
deep,
I think this
makes
might be
great
it.
pitches,
Yeah,
and
no,
gets
I
the
found
God.
the video.
Next up, Trot Nixon.
2008, and it's fucking awful. This is the one that I'm remembering.
Strike call.
He showed excellent command with his fastball right there. A strike right on the edge of the zone.
Hernandez delivers out of the zone, and it's 1-1. He sends it over towards first. And they turn 2.
God, that double play was smooth as silk, just like they practiced it, big boy.
Heading into the bottom of the second, the score is 3-0. Guerrero takes his turn at bat.
He is out there with none stuff.
Geez, so that's the shit I was
Wow.
watching on YouTube in 2008, 2009.
how old is this? He's using a wired Xbox 360 controller.
That video's from 2008, and also that was an after YouTube plug in the wireless controls, I believe.
Fastball is in.
Jesus.
2-2.
Sometimes you try to make the hitter chase your pitch. That's exactly what you saw right there.
Yeah, that's me putting the Last of Us Part 2 disc in the
On the
console.
ground.
Oh, it's gonna be great. Draw four, draw four, draw four. Just kill yourself. Okay.
Easy
Credits.
out.
Oh man, I got dead again. This game stinks.
Thompson steps into play. No one on and 1 out. Fouled away. A liner. He reaches with a single. Hit towards first base. In foul territory, makes the catch. Stepping in, Derek Jeter. This right-handed hitter is considered, well, he's considered one of the best hitters in the game. Strike with a fastball.
He strikes out about 9 per 9 innings. A pretty impressive total.
It's hit to the left side.
Well, see, I didn't play enough No Man's Sky to
He's on
find
his
the
way to
secrets of the
third.
universe in that game.
He's on
The 43.
first with a base hit.
No, I'm
That
giving
did
you
a
42.
great job to
Check
get
this
the
guy
first
in.
and third on the hit. That's a heads-up play.
Richard Petty is the answer to the universe.
There's nothing I love more than waking up in the morning and having myself a nice, delicious, nutritious,
Ramos
satisfying
comes to the
bowl of
plate.
Richard Petty 43s.
What?
It's a cereal. You never seen it?
Clearly not.
Hold on.
And a strike
Here we go.
on the inside corner.
There's an unopened
This guy
box
really
on
likes the
eBay
ball
for
up the
$2
side.
right now, if anybody wants to buy it.
That one's foul.
Don't know,
Stay
but-
in play. And with that, the side is
Oh, the cereal's
retired.
actually 4s and 3s. I never
With 2
noticed
innings
that.
played, the
Oh, that's
score
awesome.
is 3-0.
Canadian
The
Conley
7,
record.
8, 9 hitters will be
So
coming
what
up.
happens if they become 44s or 34s?
It's Buckshot Joe or Wendell Scott.
I can't wait to start the morning off with a delicious, nutritious bowl of Buckshot Jones 44s.
Throws
I
it
mean,
over for a
I
strike.
think Dick Trickle ended
He's got
his
a
life with a
four-seamer,
delicious
a decent
Buckshot.
slider, and a middle-of-the-road curveball.
Was it also a 44?
Out of the zone, that's a ball.
Guy does not have a real life.
I don't know. You have to check the corners.
Hit towards second base.
Oh my god.
They make the play.
But
Next
now,
at the plate, Mike
I'm just
Rowe.
thinking of other cereals. Like the second best thing about waking up in the morning is starting your day off with a
Sometimes you try to
delicious,
make the hitter
nutritious
chase your
bowl
pitch. It's
of
exactly
Peyton
what you saw right
Manning's Peyton O's.
no, Peyton Manning's Omahas.
That wasn't a thing then.
He barely got
Look inside, you're gonna be an instant winner of memorabilia.
Jeez, Louise, I didn't know that was a thing.
It is. Peyton
He
O's.
started to swing, but he didn't go through the zone.
Or, oh no, they're not Peyton, they're Peyton's O's. Like,
Tino's?
And it's grounded up the middle.
no, they're just O's with Peyton Manning on the front with no
He's on with a
Colts
single.
logo because
Well, the pitcher tried to get him guessing on a big hook, but hey, the
No,
Yes.
they're
fighting, big
ellipses.
boy.
yes, but they're Peyton's
This guy
O's. They're
here
not
has
Cheery's
moderate success
O's.
against right-handed pitching.
Oh god.
And a call strike.
Peyton Manning autographed Edie's
Hit
box.
towards the shortstop.
Now you're speaking my language.
He's on with a one-out single.
Like, much like JB, Tony will just suddenly scream, but at least we know something's happening to him. Derek Jeter's, well, what year are you in? Oh!
The next batter is Johnny
Yes, the
Damon.
second baseman is at second
The
base,
runner at
not
second
center
better get a
field.
pretty good jump if he wants to make it home and
I
hit the left
remember
field.
the day I
That
got
guy
to
out there
watch
throws
Derek
strikes to
Jeter
home
play
plate
the
at will.
baseball.
With only 3 pitches, Kike, he's pretty predictable.
I was very disappointed. He played
Out
the
of
baseball
play.
better than the team I was rooting for. Well, I got the team I was rooting for was fucking
Hey,
Wickman,
Kike,
but
he
you
was
know,
able to get ahead in the count. The batter never caught up. Good striking.
yes.
2 on with 2 down. 1-0.
Zach knows
Sometimes
the
you try to
team.
make the hitter chase
This is
your
Bob
pitch. That's
Wickman,
exactly
the
what you saw
closer.
right there.
I think he's like the Indians' all-time leader in saves or something.
Well, not in the game I was at.
No.
There was a save wide open on
On the
that
ground,
one. We let
gathers it in with his
Jeter in
glove.
the arena.
After 2.5, the score is 3-0.
Yes, what team did you think I was talking about?
Leading off the inning will be the heart of the lineup.
I saw him blow a save against the Yankees.
Caught
No,
by
it
the
wasn't.
shortstop.
I wanted the
And
Yankees
that's a
to
great play
lose.
on a very tough line drive. That's one of the toughest balls in baseball to judge.
I more wanted the Yankees to lose. They could have literally been playing Hitler, and I think I was rooting for
Rodriguez
Hitler.
sends this one out to shallow right. Fair ball. He's on first with a base hit.
Joe Borowski for the win. Yes, 5.07 ERA, 45 saves. So basically what we learned from that situation is that in his 45 actual saves, he was lights out, but in his, how many blown saves did he have? I'm trying to find the actual, not that this is a stat anymore. Strikeouts, walks, wild pitches.
Hello, Kevin, and welcome to Baseball Talk.
Yeah, because we can't talk about Talladega because there's nothing to talk about.
52 runs batted in.
I mean, we can talk about the Xfinity race again.
Cue shot off the end of the bat.
This is what happens.
Someone
when you try
pick
to
up the
start a
phone.
race at 3.
I don't think starting the race at noon would have helped.
Starting at 1 would have actually gotten the race started and may have had a small enough amount left that it was worth trying to resume the race. Maybe.
That might be, but still, I'd rather see a full race than a thrown together one.
We would have gotten an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours of racing in before the rain hit. And that would have meant we only needed an hour and a half, 2 hours of daylight remaining after track drying, which means after that second shower pass, they would have had time to dry the track and make an attempt at reaching the end as long as there wasn't a red flag or something.
He had 8 blown saves.
And I was there for one.
No, not Bob Wickman, Joe Borowski.
What do they call the arena now across the street from the ballpark?
Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse.
Okay, because when I was there, it was the Gun Arena.
Yeah, then it was Quicken Loans. Now it's the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse.
Well, I
Which
got
is
to
still
watch-
Quicken Loans.
I got to watch
Yeah.
Alex Rodriguez take Wickman so deep into the fucking arena.
Or as Vin Scully said in MLB 2000, that one hit the ozone layer. Or something like that.
Okay.
Inside, 1 ball and 1 strike.
They've set that defense at double play depth. If you can get a ground ball
There was
right
several
there, they
different
might win too.
things he said in that game.
My favorite Vin Scully quote of all time is, "And he is dead."
Yeah, except you can't find that
Nothing
clip, so...
spectacular there. Just a good old-fashioned.
I'm sure I could find it if I looked hard enough again.
You have reminded me
This
that
guy's
it's
got
a
some
problem,
great wheels.
not just with that game, but like most games have commentary. You hear the same commentary over and over again, no matter how much they put into it.
I would shut it off after a while.
Yeah, you just get sick of hearing it.
Like NASCAR 99 on Nintendo 64.
Hernandez with the 1-1 delivery.
Just hear Benny Parsons and damn
Infield fly.
Bob Jenkins saying the same 4 lines over and over.
Honest question about that game. When you race Charlotte from
This guy isn't great against
some
right-handed
starts like the lights
pitching,
came
but
on,
he
was
does
there a
okay.
moment right as the lights came on where the frame rate went from the already bad because it's on a 64 game to unplayable?
Yes.
Because I always remember like the key was just hope I was on a straightaway when that transition happened so I didn't hit anything.
Long fly ball hit deep to left.
You guys see the video of the Air Titan almost wrecking?
I did
Yes.
see the airtight hit a little bit
He
sideways.
tracked that ball very well.
I would have laughed so hard if it was just falling off the banking and ate shit.
I mean, it's basically falling off the bank. That is mostly what was happening to it.
Yeah.
Jeez, I'm watching gameplay of MLB 2000. I just clicked back into Tony's stream and I thought for a second he was playing the show because it looked so much better.
You do not legitimately think
Ooh,
that.
you fooled him with that break
I mean, I
ball.
saw the lighting and thought, man, this game looks really good. And I'm like, oh yeah, because I'm watching, yeah, the PS1 game.
Line drive, base hit.
Oh Jesus.
Around third.
No. Go back, go back.
Send it!
Let the stab!
Jimmy Sosa, high heat baseball. It's so
Stepping up to
real.
the plate with a single already. Mike
I had it on PC. It's pretty cool.
Pitch taken for a ball.
Ty Cobb's slow and cold Major League Baseball.
Ty Cobbs, what are you talking about home runs baseball?
It's so dope. Ty Cobb's white guy baseball 98. 1898, that is. Whatever year he played.
Sometimes you try to make the hitter chase your pitch. That's exactly what you saw right there.
They appeal to first on the check swing.
Hey, Mara.
Or you could have Jim Leland's baseball manager where you blow your season every time no matter how good your team is.
He already has a hit today.
No, the players got the best of Jim Leland.
That guy out there throws strikes to home plate at will.
Sure.
You know what I can't wait to play?
2 balls.
Kyle Larson's NASCAR Challenge 2020.
Oh, that would be a hard
the
game.
full World of Outlaws schedule.
The partial Ascot schedule and 5 NASCAR races, including a special mission at the Monza Oval. I wonder what this could be.
You know what's a really fun game? MLB Baseball 94.
Oh yeah, you play half the season and it's over.
Because there was no World Series. It was a strike.
Johnny Damon. Pitch taken for a ball.
And then Michael Jordan says, you know what? I'm going back to basketball.
Tony, you should start playing Triple Play 2002.
Misses for a ball.
I don't know. It was the last one before they rebranded to MVP.
Well, you know what? I'm going to do a franchise in the AFL video game.
Hit towards second base.
Very good video game. Just kind of got boring after a while for me.
Yeah. The Arena Football League.
The score is 3-2.
Yeah, we don't have an indoor soccer league game.
Featuring the Grand Rapids Rampage.
What was it that I said the other day that I thought would be a better name for a Grand Rapids team?
I don't remember, but we were talking about hockey, so hopefully that helps you remember.
Oh,
No.
damn! I was confused for a minute. I'm watching gameplay of MLB 2005, and I'm like, this looks insanely better than MVP. And I'm like, oh no, this is like the show MLB 2005.
The Yankees have a righty throwing.
Because there was MLB 2005 and then MVP 2005, and I got confused for a minute.
Wasn't the controls in MVP like miles better than the show was that year, though?
I don't know.
I remember that being a sticking point between the two. It was like, yeah, the show looks better, but the actual physics of MVP baseball is like miles ahead. I might be making that up in my head, but
It's more arcade based.
yeah.
You know what
Well,
game I
EA is
remember?
just so good at killing good properties. Kind of their thing, Tony. Yeah, and then they go, how can we milk every single cent out of this? And then in the process, they fuck it over to where nobody buys it, and then they go, well, see, no one wants it, so we're just not going to try.
Right off the bat, camped under for an easy out.
At bat with a double.
They're like,
Derek Jeter.
you can have it.
The pitch is hit to center field.
Pretty much what they did with NASCAR.
Have no problem.
Type, he didn't get all that ball. The fielder strolled over, got under it, made an easy play.
The next batter is Manny Ramirez.
Kind of what happened.
This guy's
For a while, anyway.
Oh, they put out a version of this on the PSP? I gotta see this.
Oh, I remember that. A lot of people actually thoroughly enjoyed that version. I remember kids playing it on the school bus. You know, kids that had parents that cared and actually got them Christmas gifts.
That's nice.
Hit to lead off the inning.
This guy looks like he may be done.
I'll put it to you this way, Tony. My brothers and sisters all got iPods and 3DSs. I got underwear. That's what I mean. Parents that cared.
No. I mean, to be fair, I did the Sox on my Christmas list one year.
They're going to have to do something out there. Some
Yeah,
of
but
these
you guys
pitches ain't
remember
even
All-Star
close.
Baseball?
No.
Wasn't that like backyard baseball type shit?
No, it's
Oh.
a licensed MLB game, but I think every single year the cover athlete was always Derek Jeter.
Oh no, are you gonna send him?
That was not.
I'm trying to find a video of the intro.
Don't do it.
I think I had the show 13, and that game was so infuriating, I said, fuck this. So there goes
what
my...
you should do
Huh?
is you should get a PS4 and get Pro Baseball Spirits 2020.
On the ground.
Play Japanese, the show.
Got him with the tag.
I mean,
God.
I've half thought about buying a PS4, but at this point it's kind of pointless.
Well, at this point, either just buy a PS5 or wait until the 4 gets so cheap that it's like not a big deal.
Well, the reason why I've been debating on it is because half my friends play Xbox, half my friends play PS4. It'd be kind of cool to just be able to play with both my friends.
Well, what you should do is go find the friends that play on Xbox and kill them.
I'd rather not kill Tim.
I mean, sacrifices have to be made if you want to.
I'd rather not kill a lot of people than I.
Well, it's not your fault they play on a shitty console.
Honestly, Zach, I've played both PS4 and the Xbox, and I bought the Xbox because I just prefer it. I don't think either console is necessarily shitty, but it's just... Plus, the game library for the Xbox jives with me better.
It's the same as PlayStation.
No, it's not.
Okay, I found the intro.
I can name 2 games that do not have a comparable PS4 release right now.
I can name more than 2 games that are only on PlayStation.
Good for you, I can...
I found it, the
Same with
intro.
Xbox.
All-Star Baseball 2004.
Good for you, Tim. Oh,
It
Jesus.
starts with Lou Gehrig and ends with Smash Metal.
What?
Wait, what? No way. Hang on.
What the fuck? Really? They open this with
Oh.
Lou Gehrig's speech and go into All-Star?
My god.
What?
What's
That is
funny
the most memed
they
thing I
had the
think
name
of ever.
All-Star Baseball and didn't do that the year the song came out.
Yeah, they did this in 2003?
Or 4.
Yes. I don't know if this was like one of those year-ahead things.
Yeah, I don't understand why EA does that.
EA does that with Madden and like NHL and NBA because their seasons actually end the following year, and then they just did it with all the other games just so they were, you know, in the same product line that year.
Well, actually, for a while, NHL was on the same year. Which was...
The thing I really liked
Well,
about this game,
It was released in 2003.
they had a bunch of future stadiums for stadiums that weren't open yet, but were based on the planned stadium.
They did that in High Heat.
I really liked it because they had Busch Stadium.
I think High Heat had like PNC Park and Three Rivers, and then it had like the Reds' new stadium and their old
They
stadium.
had old parks too, like you play the Polo Grounds.
We play in the Astrodome and Enron Field.
That's a ground ball.
Well, it's an Enron Park.
Same part.
Smooth as silk, just like they practice it, big boy.
Yeah, I think it had Ebbets Field. It had a bunch of classic stadiums too.
The score is 4-3.
See, that's what I love with certain sports games. Like, some of them will throw in classic content, and it actually is good stuff to have.
I want
But-
classic stadiums in Madden or something.
That's a ball.
This guy's having a hard time finding a play with any consistency.
2 balls, no strikes.
Sometimes you try to make the hitter.
Why is that crazy?
There was other teams that never played in that park.
Pitch taken for a ball.
Sometimes you try to make the hitter.
Right, they had 4 polo grounds because they kept burning it down.
No shit.
Well, I
He's
mean,
walked the leadoff man.
there's a reason they sent some of those games to a real park.
No, 3 stadiums. They had 3 polo grounds. And then an apartment complex.
More than just a few
Did
right
that
hitters
also
who are
burn down?
superior.
No.
Yes.
It'd be really ironic if it did.
This dude just knows how to steal a bag. He studies film, he studies pictures, and he can be trying to apply all that right now. Sometimes you try to make the hitter chase your pitch. That's exactly what you saw right there.
Yes, Polo Grounds, home of the New York Titans.
Sometimes
The
you try to make the hitter
Jets.
chase your pitch. That's exactly what you saw right there.
The bat went through the zone.
Anybody want to do some trucking since there isn't anything fun to race my racing fun?
Hit
Yeah,
hit
probably.
towards second.
In Grand Rapids, we had a baseball stadium that burnt down called Bigelow Field.
Really flashed the leather there.
It was actually kind of interesting because when they weren't doing baseball, they were doing sprint car racing.
Wasn't part of the Mariner story started with arson?
Yeah, they burned down the
Sheets takes ball one.
minor league stadium or something, and then that's, yeah, what snowballed.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, here is Bigelow Field.
On September
Austin.
18th, 1963, 1,752 fans went to see the Mets play their last game at the Polo
I
Grounds.
need to ask the warning track at the racetrack.
Yep.
I love it.
Digs in at the plate.
Kevin,
Yes.
Seattle State.
Kevin,
Yes,
when,
Tim.
when you were done with
One ball,
Berlin,
no strike.
that's your next 2003
This guy's a
project.
prime
Build
candidate
something
trying
like
to start
that.
the bag right here.
That would be fun.
Outside.
Remember Butters will never do that.
Well, what's funny is the site of the stadium is only like a mile from where I live right now. So it's like, man, if only that stayed open.
I live really close to a place that Ulysses S. Grant lived, so...
Yeah, I love how people are burning down his statue now. Wait, what?
Tony, I need this whole story go.
The pitch is pulled out to the left side.
What happened?
There's an out.
I'm gonna be honest, this feels like an 8th story.
Babe Ruth once got drunk while in Sudbury, Massachusetts, and threw a piano into Willis Pond to show off his strength.
That sounds fake. I'm sorry, but I don't believe for a second a story that involves Babe Ruth yeeting a piano into a lake.
There's a YouTube video that says search for Babe Ruth's piano.
Yeah, Tim, there's a couple more pictures of Bigelow Field.
What is
it in with his glove. The side is retired in order. With 6 innings played, the score is 4-3.
Yeah, it was kind of sandwiched, as you can see, in the middle of a neighborhood.
Sandwich.
Stepping in 1 for 3, Manny Ramirez.
Oh my
That's
God,
just
there's
one of
like
those
people
things
who
that-
like are searching the lake trying to find the piano.
Sometimes you try to make the hit.
I'm getting there.
Right there.
What kind of chicken?
Popcorn.
Kind of chicken?
You find the popcorn part of the chicken next to where you find its nugget.
No. He wasn't eating popcorn chicken. He was eating popcorn chicken.
The home plate ump asked for help at first. It's a full count.
Divers pulled up a black and white TV and a miniature 1960s Sitco sign.
This is.
I don't know why is there a piano in there, Tony.
You know what? Fuck this TV.
And the sign from...
Hey, falls behind, makes great pitches, however.
We threw it in the lake. What?
So, I didn't immediately have the thought of, I don't remember when Babe Ruth died, 1948. That was Lou Gehrig.
Dive team leader Chris Hugh kept looking. 20 feet offshore, he found himself standing on the roof of a 1982 Subaru.
Oh my God.
The white sedan was hauled onto the shore of the neighborhood beach. The keys were still in the ignition. Goodness.
Okay, so I did a little research. It is impossible that Babe Ruth is the one that needed the Sitco sign, because it wasn't Sitco until 20 years after he died.
The police found no human remains and no suspects, and the case was closed on July 2nd.
Wait, human remains? We were looking for a piano.
Well, yeah, but this is
Babe
stuff they
Ruth
found.
yeeted a 1982 Subaru.
This might dying in 1948.
And on 3 pitches, he's gone.
Well, no, what they did is they made like a shrine where they had a picture of him in the middle of a circle of hot dogs that were lit on fire. And they said Great Bambino 5 times and he appeared. You know, because... Yeah, he just started singing that, and he...
They did not
a
find
big
the piano.
puff of chlamydia smoke.
So the question then was the piano ever in the lake? And if it was, is it still there? We just didn't find it?
The Yankees have someone
I think the answer to that question is nobody knows.
Here's a vintage Babe Ruth card that was found in the piano.
Okay. Did you just Google Babe Ruth and piano?
Piano Lake.
Piano Lake.
I'm trying to broaden the terms, that's all.
Okay, now I'm gonna search for that, because...
That's gonna be the name of that lake racetrack now.
Oh, I found a really epic picture of Babe Ruth sliding into what I think is third base.
Tony, I need some details. What kind of piano? Was it a grand? Was it standing?
Bringing in the righty right here is a good move because right-handed hitters can have trouble picking up his breaking pitches.
Okay,
They did call him the Grand Slam.
I'll have to make a 3D of a grand piano, put it in the lake.
I found the piano, guys. There it is.
That is really Babe Ruth's piano is on Shutterstock. Shocking.
Takes low. In the hole. Got him.
Well, not the best throw I've ever seen, partner, but they were able to record the out.
Oh wait, no, this looks more like it. If he just yeeted it into the lake, that's probably what it'd look more like.
Stepping in 2 for 3, Derek Jeter.
See, that's my thing. Like, if the piano actually was launched into the lake, I don't think it would have gone that far out that it would have, like, sunk that much. So...
I need to stop the conversation for a moment. I did not expect when I woke up this morning to hear the phrase, the piano was actually thrown into the lake.
Well, and then part of it too is like pianos are mostly wood, so if it's sat in the lake for 100 years, there's probably not much left.
Probably in 1,000 pieces. And plus, depending on the way if there's any current or how much the water moves, it could have gone a good distance.
That's
especially after
again
it
that we
broke
threw it out
down
deep enough in the lake for it to matter.
Right.
Pitchers ahead, 1 and 2.
Chicago Tribune, Piano Hunt to exercise Babe Ruth jinx. September 30th, 2002. Oh, I guess it was an attempt to reverse the curse, so they tried to dig up the piano.
How did that go?
They won the World Series 2 years later. I don't know, Tim. Tell me. Now they are bringing in the big guns. John Fish, an expert who found pieces of TWA Flight 800.
John Fish.
No, but that's not the funny part. He found pieces of TWA Flight 800 off Long Island, New York. Odd. This fall, Fish will scour Willis Pond with a side-scan sonar.
Fish will.
Got other high-tech gadgets. Guessing that didn't work because I don't see any piano found.
Yeah, I'm not finding anything either, even on Bing, so...
Why are you using Bing?
Because sometimes shit doesn't show up on Google, so you try other sources.
And you go to Bing.
I also tried DuckDuckGo, no luck.
This guy is okay against right-handed pitching.
I think that's just Askmail, isn't it?
Is Ask.com still a thing?
I think we now have to separate.
Where do I go to put in my AOL keyword?
We can go to ask.com or we can go to Jeeves.com.
Ask.com is still a thing, and my god does it look cancerous. That is not good.
Well, Kevin's upset there's a black person on the homepage.
That has nothing to do with it. I'm talking about the trending articles and looks worse than Yahoo. Dude, that's bullshit.
I don't know about you guys, but it's some good syrup. Now, I'll be honest with you, I just buy the generic brand from Aldi, so whatever.
I don't buy maple syrup, so.
And he hits it to left. Ramirez should have no
Ranch.
He squeezes it for the out.
I like berry syrup. I don't like maple.
What?
Coming to the plate with one single today, Alex Rodriguez.
It is.
Blueberry maple is better.
They're taking down a statue of Teddy Roosevelt from outside the Museum of Natural History?
Yeah, that's because it comes to life every goddamn night.
No, it's because
And
there's...
it's Robin Williams!
No, because there's a Native American and black man walking next to him.
Oh,
That's racist.
no! Someone hanging out with other cultures is racist?
Did you see somewhere they tore down a statue of General Grant? So,
Yeah, that was in California.
And they tore down a statue of George Washington.
frankly, I think pretty pretty soon I'm gonna start protesting at a street near me renamed because I don't like that the street near me is named after a war criminal. But you know,
Is it named after your uncle?
you're never sure.
It's a line drive the other way.
There's an entire road in Muskegon named Sherman Boulevard, so I don't know if that's related or not, but
I can't wait till we tear down statues of Babe Ruth.
I'm sure he said something racist.
He's a white guy, so
Out comes the manager to talk
Smokey Eunuch would want us to tear down statues of Bill France. I'm glad Tony agrees.
he's out of here. Oh God.
Fuck that guy.
Harry Franklin is about to go argue about Aunt Jemima. Twitter just threw him out of the game.
What?
I think it's perfectly acceptable. No, it's not. You're banned from Twitter.
He jacked that one.
Yeah.
And gone.
You're out of the tweets.
Like Major League Tour, you just throw the whole team out for fighting.
Oh, and then he gives up a grand slam. Social justice wins. No pancakes for you. Oh no, I'm sorry. Dry pancakes for you. Oh Christ.
Hang on, I think there's a better version of that.
The arms of Dale.
That's where
8-3.
NASCAR died when Dale died. I haven't watched since, even though I follow every NASCAR page on Twitter and Facebook.
You sound like a meth-addicted Bill Elliott.
That's how I imagine those people sound like.
This is the alternate reality where Bill Elliott was so distraught after losing Homestead, he took up a meth habit and lost custody of Chase.
Oh my god.
Chase Elliott now drives for Penske.
Wow, that's the darkest timeline.
That's seriously how I imagine those people sound like.
No, Chase Elliott was so distraught at his dad's downfall that he gave up racing, and now he,
Now he's a narcotics agent in Memphis,
no,
Tennessee.
now he has a heroin addiction,
Oh.
and he runs a local trailer park poorly, and I call this The Last of Us Part 3.
1 and 2.
Okay.
See you next week. That's the punchline.
That is, that's a timeline.
His cut off top and his lifted truck. Listen to Brooks and Dunn dueling Confederate flags waving in the back.
Hey, what does Brooks and Dunn have to do with Confederate flags now?
I'm just taking a shit people listen to that act like that.
People that act like that, what they listen to is Eminem.
No,
Juice
this was
WRLD.
Justin
After
Bieber.
8 innings, the score is
No, those are people that just smoke pot and drink smoothies on a fucking beach. Their dad's credit card.
This is it. They're going to have to
Okay,
create some
that's
offense in a
specific as
hurry.
shit.
Because I know people like that.
Because you are one.
Oh yeah, I'm totally that.
Slider
So I would
misses
keep my trophy
downstairs.
if I have one.
And here's the delivery, and he swings and misses.
I can honestly say I've never even touched or probably seen a credit card.
That
That's
one splits
unfortunate.
the outfielder.
I feel like you have.
He's on
There's
with
no
a
way you've been to a
leadoff
store
single.
and haven't seen a credit card.
I mean, you're probably right, but I
You have
mean,
a
like,
debit card.
within my family.
And the pitch.
Whoa, they sold Kurt Cobain's MTV Unplugged guitar for $6 million.
I thought you were going to say they sold his cocaine collection.
I thought I was going to say that they tore down a statue because...
White guy in flannel.
No, because he killed himself and it's insensitive to people with mental illness.
Alright, I found the clip.
Oh, it's because he was a gun owner.
Sends the throw to the cutoff man. He's on with a
Happy's back.
Hey, Kai, good work there to get the runner in the scoring position.
I love that show. Honestly, superior to SpongeBob.
No.
Go to the bullpen. Rivera
There are
comes
plenty
in
of
to try
shows
to
that's
provide
superior.
some relief.
I'm just not sure how many of them were on Nickelodeon.
Rocco's
I mean-
Modern Life was definitely...
Post-movie SpongeBob, yes. Pre-movie SpongeBob, definitely not.
You see, Fairly Odd Parents was still good even after that, so
Okay, then
they were
it's
better for
than-
longer.
Yeah.
Their latest couple seasons was terrible. Just shoehorn in a shitload of characters for no reason that added nothing.
Like you do.
In the pinch run, Jason Varitek.
And for a game made in 2004, these player animations are pretty good. Graphics package sucks, but at least it's useful.
The pitch.
I did not know this existed. Why is it called a romantic comedy?
That's disturbing.
Apparently, George from Seinfeld was in it.
Oh God.
That's...
What?
I'm gonna go back to The Last of Us Part 2 now, thank you.
Daniela Monet is Tootie. Oh, that's bad.
Run scores. He'll take second base.
Well, if I ever want to have a cringeworthy movie night, I think I'm gonna pick that one. Excellent pitching there, Bill Bevins.
Art Gibbon is Jorgen von Stringel. That was a horrible casting decision because it had. If you're gonna have
that is
Jorgen von Stringel, you know, the military fairy.
Yeah, I don't know who the other dude is.
You don't know who Schwarzenegger is?
No, I don't know who the guy playing him is.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know who he is either, but I'm just saying, you can't have Jorgen von Stringel not be Schwarzenegger, right? Like.
He pulls a ground ball to the right side.
Yes, because Arnold Schwarzenegger is going to do a Nickelodeon movie. He's going to do this Nickelodeon movie.
He did Last Action Hero.
I think he was probably still governor at that point.
No, well, I don't know.
When was he?
When did this was released in
That was
2011?
his last year in office.
Well, see, he could have done it. Hey, it was written by Scott Fellows.
Ooh.
Yeah, who the fuck is that?
That Ron Fellows' brother or something?
I do wonder if there's a relation, though.
Yeah, Tony makes a home run here. I think he's going to break team speak.
It was written by the same person who wrote on Ned's Declassified, Johnny Test, and Big Time Rush.
I don't know what any of those three things are.
I only know what one of them are. Will be.
I know all three of them. Two I actually liked. The other one I thought was absolutely retarded.
If Disney Channel or Nickelodeon put it out after 2008, I didn't watch it.
Well, see, I only know of half of those shows because, you know, I had younger siblings, so I was still kind of was it for a while.
My God, we're coming back.
Up next, Troc Nixon.
Get it, Tony, get it! By the way, don't you have an AI extravaganza to be getting ready soon?
2 outs and runners on
First Troc Nixon is about to send the Red Sox fans into mayhem.
Four-seam fastball.
Taken for a ball.
Looked like the pitcher and catcher have a strategy in mind. So far, the batters are taking these.
I'm just going to point out the pitcher is wearing a retired
He
number.
laid out and makes the grab. The ball game is over.
He was the last one to wear it before. No. He was the last one to wear it before he retired the number across the whole league, so he got to wear it till he retired. In like 2012 or 13.
Oh, that was the game, huh?
Damn.
I like how the lighting on the players is not actually the lighting on the bench textures at all.
"12 and 12. That's a hell of a record there. What's more impressive, 12 wins and 12 losses, or the fact that a pitcher had 24 decisions?
I prefer the real Yankees in baseball.
Yes, because everybody knows the Battle Creek Yankees of the Midwest League.
Isn't that where all the cereal comes from?
Yes.
Alright, I've exhausted my facts about Battle Creek.
It was also the subject of a terrible cop drama on CBS. Where they said at one point where a crime was committed at the intersection of two streets that run parallel to each other.
Well, I mean, do you expect them to research this shit? I mean, Criminal Minds did an episode that was supposedly set in St. Louis, and then they used a St. Louis map to show where the house was, except they zoomed in on the middle of a park.
Nice.
Like, you look at the map and you're like, that's clearly a park. Like, I don't even have to know the area to know that you're in a park. Also, none of your exterior shots make sense because you're supposed to be in the city, and I see a hell of a lot of houses that aren't made of brick. Oh no, they played the Clevelands.
Ah, horrible. Get it away.
Cleveland.
See that. You also lose to them every game.
Am I the only one that's always thought that the Chief looks like he has like a Gomez mustache on one side?
Yes.
Yes, but I can see it now that you pointed out. Johnny Snare? Oh, hell yes. That is a baseball name if I ever seen one. Number 2 pitcher?
He looks like he's trying to desperately hold in a fart.
I think all the players look like that in this game, Kevin.
Or he just shat his pants hoping it was a fart. Like,
that's a mustache.
That is Jeff Gordon level mustache.
I think all the generic players have, like, yeah, the same face, just a different. Yeah.
Adam McKay. John Dubois.
What is this? This isn't. None of these are Indians
Walter
players.
Hughes.
I guess they have 2 guys in their lineup that was on the team in 2005.
That was on the lineup.
In the lineup, on the lineup.
I gotta be honest.
Edwin Jackson.
Sure Jeff Gordon is gonna give me nightmares.
Oh, you want some real nightmare fuel of a Jeff Gordon photo?
What kind of place is this?
Here's a photo for Zach.
Why am I on the Dodgers?
Why not, Tim?
First base.
Because you'll never make it to second base. Heyo.
This is a nightmare. Jeff Gordon picture.
I played nothing in high school. When I played Little League, I was right field.
Not a nightmare picture. He was paying homage to someone he tied for wins.
Jeff Gordon's a piece of shit. He ain't never gonna be better than Dale.
Yeah, that Tony Stewart high school yearbook photo is it's something.
It looks like it's from a bad movie.
It does. Oh my god, I found Ryan Newman's and it's exactly what you would think it would look like.
Oh, I think I have that picture. Hang on.
There you go.